The Anta C202. Anta's performance lineup is now in its 7th generation, and this year everything is new. A new geometry and a new foam. But is it actually an improvement or just another try? Welcome to Cinderella Running, and today with the Anta C202. And one thing at first, this is not my first Anta shoe. I have some years of experience in Anta running shoes. My first Anta shoe was the C224. So it's been some years, and I know what they did and I know what they didn't do. So it's kinda exciting as I hear they do basically everything new in this year's lineup. Sake for the sake of change, or just a real serious attempt? And let's move to the stacks directly. This shoe comes with 38mm of stack height in the heel, 30mm on the forefoot, leading to an 8mm drop. But to be honest, it feels kinda lower than this because of the rear extended carbon plate. Later to that more. This is in US size 9 and it comes with 212 grams in the right one and 218 grams in the left one. That's a kinda high difference. It features a full-length carbon plate which is extended in the heel, and the carbon plate itself has a higher quality than in the last year model. The TPU output they use is the same as used in the previous version, but this year it's really well done, at least if you compare it to the previous version. The biggest change, besides the geometry, is the foam. Anta has a special cooperation with Shincell. Shincell is a manufacturer that is known to deliver very high quality foams. If I'm not fully mistaken, they deliver to Asics, Adidas and Li-Ning. In the past, Anta had Nitro Edge and Nitro Edge Pro, which was in PIBA based foam, kind of firm with a lot of energy return. This year, Anta decided we do everything new. They still have a special cooperation with Shincell, but the foam is new, at least the formulation. Now you got N80, N85 and N90. The N80 foam is basically their premium training foam. The N85, which is used in the C227, is their training oriented performance foam, and the N90 is basically their performance foam for racing. This foam is not bad. It has some sink in, it has some bounce, but it's still on the firmer side of the spectrum. That's something you have to like. When it comes to the ride of this shoe, this will be either hit or miss for you, at least in my opinion. This is not your typical marshmallow bouncy shoe, which is the current thing at the moment. And I'm also not a fan of buzzword bingo. Yes, it has some bounce, it has some sink in, it has some rolling, it's a little bit responsive, whatsoever. What you need to know is, it's on the firmer side of the spectrum. Anta always has been like that, and it really depends if you are a heel striker or midfoot or forefoot striker. If you are a heel striker, this shoe feels quite a bit softer than if you are a midfoot or forefoot striker. You get a little bit more sink in the heel, but there's one big thing, and that's this heel extended carbon plate. This shoe creates a massive lever. It's super stiff, like super stiff. And there comes one problem. The Anta C202, the regular one, this one, has never been an elite shoe. Never been, was never designed for that. It always has been a budget option for the midpack. It has been a budget option for tempo training or racing. But even there I have to say, Anta C226 for a marathon, for the midpack, probably not. But this shoe for a midpack runner, so 4 hours, 4 hours 30, forget it. Don't even try. Don't do this. I mean, you can go barefoot in a marathon, but that's not the best option. What happened to this shoe is it has become entirely a tempo trainer, in my opinion. Very high efforts, there it feels really good. I'm used to plated shoes. I run very often plated shoes and stiff shoes. But this shoe, I noticed my Achilles tendon quite often in this shoe. I never had that with the most carbon plated shoes. But the thing is, This shoe shares the room with two very big elephants. And the first one is the Anta C226. In my opinion, the C226, the previous version, is better suited if you are a heel striker. Yes, the shoe is kind of a bit firmer, but therefore more stable. It features like a TPU midsole, but in this shoe itself is a core layer of the Nitro Edge Pro foam, the PIBA foam. Yes, it has less bounce, has a little bit more rolling, but overall, if you are a slower runner and more heel striking, I think the C226 is the better option, even though this shoe would have been much better without the carbon plate which is in there, because the carbon plate firstly is very cheap, so it's still kind of flexible, and just overall, without the carbon plate, the C226 would have been an actually amazing shoe. And the other elephant in the room, which is a really big elephant to be honest, is the Anta C225 GT, which is also still available on the market for just a little bit more than Anta C227. And here comes the thing, the 5 GT is far superior than the C227 in every aspect. Better carbon plate, better materials, better foam, better upper, better outsole. Everything in the 5 GT is better. It features the Nitro Edge foam on the outside, and in the shoe itself is a Nitro Edge Pro layer which creates the bounce and the energy return. The Anta C225 GT feels basically like a more dynamic, aggressive Endorphin Pro 4, which is kinda a big statement. The 5 GT is just better. And then, as I said, there's the original concept of these shoes, which is the middle of the pack, the midfield runners. At least that's what they originally designed for, and budget option for mid-pack runners. And I don't think these are good options. I'm not an elite runner, I'm not this 2 hours 30 guy who just says, well, it will work fine. I have been there. I know what you, maybe if you're a mid-pack runner, are struggling with. My very first marathon was in 4 hours 56. My second marathon was in 3 hours 56. I have been there. I know what I want in these kind of races, and it's not an extremely stiff carbon plate which levels me almost out of the shoe. So there are far superior options out there if you are such a mid-pack runner, or if you just want to finish a marathon, maybe even first time. And the most known examples are the Asics Superblast 2 and the Asics Superblast 3. Both of these shoes are far superior choices for those kind of events. And if money is not a concern for you, I think even the Asics Mega Blast is a far superior option. All of these shoes deliver bounce, all of these shoes deliver some sort of stiffening, all of these shoes are stable, you will not get wrong with any of these. And if you do want your carbon plate for whatever reason, I don't judge, then a budget option would be the Be My Jingtang Fly. This shoe is designed for those kind of people, for those kind of runners. It's highly stable, it features an ATPU foam and a carbon plate that is not overly stiff. It's actually a great option out there, even for faster runners. Or you just look further, which is the Saucony Endorphin Pro 4 or the Saucony Endorphin Pro 5. These shoes were made for mid-pack runners. Very stable, some bounce, some rolling. Any of these options I give to you here are far superior than the Anta C202 lineup. So to summarize things up, I don't hate this shoe. I know it sounded a little bit negative. I think for what it is, it's actually a great shoe. And what is it? It's a budget tempo trainer for those who can bring the effort in. It's best suited for midfoot and forefoot strikers, and if you can lift your knees high enough, I think you're also getting very lively, right? Some bounce, some rolling, yada yada yada. But I honestly think if you cannot bring the effort in, or if you are a heel striker, you maybe should avoid this shoe. The thing is, there's the Anta Zone 2. And I think the Anta Zone 2 will take the place of what the C227 or 6 or 5 or 4 was originally designed for. So we will see where this is going in the 8th generation. I think then we have a clear picture where this lineup is moving to. I hope you got some valuable information out of this video. I hope you leave a like, a comment, maybe subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.